If you're looking for a good pair of wireless headphones for under $50, then here we have the Soundcore H30Is that come in well under that. But do they sound any good? Welcome to my tech gear. Let's find out. So design-wise, I think these headphones look pretty good. I like the metal accents around the outside of the ear cups and on the Soundcore logo itself as well. The headphones are predominantly plastic, but that plastic feels pretty well made, and it's got a reinforced metal band going throughout it as well. So that metal band going through it really helps reinforce it so it's nice and strong while still being flexible. And you can bend the crap out of this, pretty flexible. It's not gonna break. It's also nice and light, weighing only 183 grams or 6.5 ounces. All the controls for it are on the right ear cup. There's on off, play pause, volume up down, skip track forwards and backwards. There's also a USB-C charging port as well as a 3.5mm audio jack so that you can listen to these over a wired cable if they run out of charge. I do love that the headphones have L and R clearly labeled inside the ear cups because lots of manufacturers have L and R in tiny little print on the headband itself. So at least this makes it nice and clear. Now comfort-wise, these are on-ear headphones, so they do press on your ears. However, there's just the right amount of pressure to keep them on your ears without making them uncomfortable. This is helped by the earpads themselves, which have a good amount of padding finished in a nice soft leatherette. The earpads themselves also pivot forwards and backwards and also in and out as well. All of that is helping you to get the most comfortable fit that you can. However, if you do wear glasses, I do find that they push my ears into the glasses. However, that's not really so much criticism of these headphones in particular, but more on-ear headphones in general. So apart from that, as far as on-ear headphones go, these are pretty comfortable. Now sound-wise, these are driven by a pair of 40mm dynamic drivers, which actually don't sound too bad. They are pretty bass heavy though. Listen to something like the Beastie Boys' Intergalactic and the bass just thumps in your head. You can still clearly hear vocals though, which was somewhat surprising as plenty of the other headphones, well, they just let the bass drown out that treble. And that's just not the case here. However, if the bass out of the box isn't enough for you, then you can get even more bass out of these. Just press the power button 3 times and that enables bass up. And that just sends the bass into the stratosphere. It just resonates through your head and it's such a bass heavy sound signature. If however you like your music a little less bass heavy, then you can jump into the Soundcore mobile app and choose from one of 22 different presets to change your sound profile to something that better suits your needs. Or if none of those do, then there's a custom 8-band graphic equalizer where you can tweak the sound to exactly your preference. Having that amount of configurability in a pair of headphones that only cost as much as these do is pretty impressive. These headphones are most at home with bass heavy music though, so if you like your rock, your dance, your hip hop, and just generally bass heavy music, and you like your music bass heavy, then you're going to like these. You are now listening to a mic test of the Soundcore H30i headphones so that you can hear what you would sound like if you were to take a call on these. Now I'm having to speak quite loudly in order for the mic to pick me up, so it's not something I would use if you're going to take a call if you're out and about. And to be honest, the mic pickup I think is pretty poor, so I guess something is better than nothing, but it's certainly not a reason that I would buy these headphones. So as these are budget headphones, there's obviously a few things that these don't have compared to more expensive headphones. There's actually a few things though that these do have that I wouldn't expect in budget headphones. I mean, it doesn't have a case, it doesn't have ANC, it doesn't have any wear detection, it doesn't have any waterproof rating. It does, however, have mobile app support, which is unusual at this price point. It also does have multi-point, so you can connect these to 2 devices at the same time, which for me is always useful because I tend to pair mine up with my mobile phone and my laptop at the same time. And it also has awesome battery life. You will get 70 hours of battery life from a single charge. And it also comes with fast charging where a 5-minute charge will give you 4 hours of playback. So should you buy the Soundcore H30Is? Well, I think if you're looking for a budget pair of wireless headphones, then at $40 these aren't a bad buy. And on Amazon at the moment they're down to $32, and for that price you can't really complain at all. However, I think if you can stretch your budget a little bit further than looking at something like the Sony CH520, those are another pair of on-ear headphones. They're going to sound better than these, but they do cost $60. My upgrade pick would actually be another pair of Soundcore headphones, and it's the Soundcore Q20Is. Now they're a pair of over-ear headphones that have 60 hours of battery life, but they add ANC into the mix. Plus they support high-res audio, and they're going to sound better than these. Now those cost $60 as well, same as the Sonys, but at the moment on Amazon they're down to $45, and that really doesn't make them much more than these. Regardless of whichever one you decide to pick, I will put links to all of them in the description down below so that you can go check them out for yourself. If you want to check out some other great alternatives, then be sure to check on the link up here. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.